How's it going, everybody? So I'm making this video because there's a couple people that may find it interesting. It's on a particular saw model that has grown in popularity the past couple of years, and some people may be interested in what I'm about to do. But also, my mentor, Mr. Harvey, Iron Horse Chainsaws, we were talking and we felt like it would be an interesting experiment to show kind of what is capable with the videos that he's putting up. If y'all are familiar with him, he's got a series of videos of big bore XPW, or an XPW build, and under his tutelage I am taking on this 2095 that I got here that was burnt up. We're going to do some things to it, and I have somewhat of an advanced understanding already of what's going on and for what I'm about to do. So for someone who doesn't know anything at all, it may be a little more difficult, but everything that I'm about to do, I have consulted with Iron Horse Chainsaws, and we have gone back and forth extensively on what's going to happen to this saw, and I'm just going to show you kind of how everything, what I'm working with, and how everything's set up here. Alright, so that's my block. I'm using a aftermarket K950 top end for the cutoff saws. Got it blocked up on 2x4 so I can rotate my degree wheel. I have my Fordham cable or shaft driven rotary tool. I also have the right angle tool that I'll help use when working on the transfers. Now, one of the things that I've already run into for people who aren't aware, these 2094s, the way the cylinder is built, it's much shorter than like a 2095 2094s. It's much shorter than, say, a 394 or 395. Alright, so it has this plastic spacer, which I have in here, and I am doing a gasket delete to give me favorable intake timing, and then I'll be modifying my transfers and my blowdown from there, minus the 18 thousandths for the intake or the head gasket there. And I've already talked with Mr. Harvey. For anyone who don't know, Iron Horse Chainsaws is Mr. Harvey. So Iron Horse Chainsaws is a mouthful. I'll just call him Iron Horse. So I've talked with Iron Horse about the plastic intake gasket, and me and him are kind of going back and forth on what the best course of action is going to be. So I got everything set up. I'm about to do a port map, and once I get everything mapped out and all my numbers written down and drawn up, I'll bring you back and kind of discuss a little bit more about what's going on. And these top ends were $30. They're really cheap because cutoff saws, you know, their top ends burn up so much because of the concrete dust. So that is for anyone who has one of these that's been blown up. I have used OEM ones. I have a brand new OEM kit, but since I'm cutting and I'm still learning. I'm gonna do it on this cheap kit. So somebody is blowing my phone up. Holy cow, man. But I first thing that once you delete the gasket, this here is clearance to the point to where with that 18 thousandths it just barely clears it. So you have to go in and remove more material there to clear your flywheel. That's the only issue I've run into so far. So I'm about to set you down, and everything that I'm about to do, Mr. Harvey, it's all on his channel. He did it over there in his videos. So if you want to know what's going on with finding your numbers, head over to his channel and check it out there, and I'll bring you back when everything's laid out. How's it going? Back again. Different part. Alright, so what I got going on here is I have my cylinder mark number 1, which matches my number 1 here in my book. Now I have all my numbers written down, durations, all that, and I'm going to fill in my port map with colors to visualize everything as soon as I figure a couple more things, and I can go ahead and finish the port map. I was waiting on some questions I had asked yesterday, so I went ahead and finished my intake here. Done a couple modifications to kind of redirect some flow to make it more favorable. So I started working on my transfers. Nothing super big yet because I haven't marked it up how I wanted it, but there's a lip in the castings here on these cylinders. It's quite sharp. You can see it hopefully in there. It's right there, and I'm going in and removing that right now with my tool here. And then once I have that smoothed out, then I'll finish my port map and make my marks and start raising my exhaust and transfers. Alright, well, when I get that finished, I'll bring you back. How's it going, everybody? So I just wanted to show you this. This is kind of what's going on down in here. Whenever you delete a base gasket or do any machine work, you are essentially, to gain more compression, you're throwing all your port times off. So you're making your, you're giving yourself a better intake duration, but you're throwing all your other port times off at the same time. So in order for that to be advantageous, the intake duration you gain to be advantageous, you go in and do some more porting to correct everything else. So I talked with Iron Horse and consulted with him, and we come up with a number that sounded good for the transfers. So it's what we're going to do. We're going to go in and modify those transfers on either side to go ahead and get our get us back to where we're at, and then do just a a little more there to give us some more power, coupled with what we're going to do for our blowdown. So I'm going to show you this over here. Is our port map. This is my template that I use for my port maps when I make my port maps. This is the port map that I made for the 2095. You have your intake duration, and then your exhaust duration, and your transfers, the duration for your transfers, and the changes that were made from the base gasket delete, what I did to the exhaust duration there, and what I'm gonna do to the, or what I'm gonna do with the exhaust, and what I'm gonna do with the intake there. My changes that I made in degrees down there, kind of where I set everything at. So keep track of all that. You can see how in sync. I mean, this is a really generic degree map here. You can see how everything is timed really evenly, and you can see why it's important to make one of these, because it allows you to see how much latitude you have before you start losing gains because you go too much in one direction. So I just wanted to make this one little quick video before I put this whole thing together. I can't even begin to express my gratitude to Iron Horse, Mr. Harvey, for everything that he has taught me, because without him, all of this and everything that is kind of going on with this channel and me building saws would not be possible without him. He is the backbone, pretty much the backbone to what I'm doing here, because without him it would be possible. And I just wanted to let everyone know that he is the reason why this is possible for me, and I wanted to show my gratitude for everything that is happening for me right now, at this point in time and the future. So thanks, Mr. Harvey, Iron Horse. I really appreciate it, and look forward to continuing our conversations and picking your brain.